everyone! I just got done doing a review video on my favorite liquid eyeliners. Well, actually, not just my favorites, because there were some that I didn't like too much, but drugstore liquid eyeliners anyway. And I talked a lot about the Wet n Wild Mega Liner eyeliners. And then it got me to thinking about how many Wet n Wild products I have and really enjoy. And since it's such an affordable drugstore brand, I mean, even of the drugstore brands, it's like extra affordable because it's really inexpensive. But the quality is really quite good. And I got to thinking about, you know, young girls who are just getting into makeup and maybe they've got their first job and they want to spend a little money, but they don't make enough to really get into MAC or even Revlon. So I thought that I would share some of my eyeshadow palettes that I have from Wet n Wild. I really like Wet n Wild's eyeshadows. I find that they are as pigmented as some of the more expensive drugstore brands like L'Oreal Hip or Physicians Formula, some of those other ones. Now, I have never tried any MAC products. It's just not in my budget. So I'm comparing these to other drugstore products, and I could say that of the other drugstore products, these really are great products. Okay, I'm going to start with some cute little palettes. The first one I'm going to start with is the Wet n Wild Eye Expressions. Looks like this, and this is a palette of cream eyeliners. And when you open it up, the little mirror is in there, and it does come with a brush, I just don't have it in there. And these make great bases. They're very neutral colors, so you can wear them on their own, you can blend them together, or you can use them as a base. And these are excellent cream eyeliners. Okay, I'll swatch this big one because it's the most used. You can see it is a very neutral tone. If I used that as a base, I mean, it would just match my eyelid perfectly. Let me swatch the darker one for you too, so you can see the difference. And there's the darker one. So you could see, here, they're very blendable. Okay, so that is a cream eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild Eye Expressions, and this is called Avant-Garde, number 395. Next, I want to share a smoky eye palette. This is sort of a party type of palette. It's shimmery, but you could smoke it out too. And this is such a cool little palette. Okay, it's called Wet n Wild Eye Sparkle, like capital I. And you open it up, and they've pressed the shadows into a cute design, and then to get the mirror, you pull it out. Wet n Wild has some really unique and creative ways to package their compacts. This I use, whoops, back in there, for a smoky eye. I especially like to use the purple and the gray together. Okay, next I have 3 of these palettes. Oh, by the way, this one was in the Eye Sparkle is called, I think that's it. I think it's just Eye Sparkle. Maybe, oh, here it is, Galactic Realm. Ooh, so it's like outer space. Okay, I have 3 of these palettes next, and they are the Wet n Wild Ultimate Expressions, and these are powder eyeliner. I keep saying eyeliner, eyeshadows, the powdered eyeshadows. Okay, this palette is called Sandcastle. It's a very neutral palette. You can see it's got some great highlight colors, some eyelid colors, some things to darken up your crease or use as eyeliners, and it comes with a mirror that slides out from the bottom, like that. Oh, hello camera! Slide that back in. And this is called Sandcastle, and you can see quite a few indentations in there. I've used this quite a bit. If I'm going to go on a trip, and I don't want to take, you know, my whole kit and caboodle with me, I'll throw this palette in. I like that a lot. Alright, the next one of those is called Paradise Cove. This is also mostly a neutral palette. Looks like this. It's got some lighter shades, more light shades in it than this one does. This one has a lot of dark shades. This is Paradise Cove. I've used this one quite a bit too. I like it, and it opens up the mirror in the same way. And the last one of those Ultimate Expressions eyeshadow palettes that I have is this is probably my favorite, called Fantasy Island. and it's all kind of blues and aquas, but you get a brown in there and some light highlight shades. I can't talk today. Anyway, I use this a lot. I love this green and this aqua, and I also love to do an eye look with this light aqua and the dark brown and this cream. I use this a lot. And that, hello, that is Fantasy Island number 398. And now I'm going to be talking about some palettes that they've had out just recently within the last year. Okay, they're just called Wet n Wild Color Icon. And I think I'm gonna go from my least used to my most used. Although I love them all, I use all of them. Okay, the first one is called Greed. These do not have a mirror with them, I don't think. No. It's called Greed, and I like to wear this when I have on blue jeans. I don't know why, but oops. I really like to use this light as my highlight and then a crease shade, and then I'll pull a different different crease shade from another palette. But I really like that. Some good neutrals in there, and the blue that's in there is like a neutrally taupey type of blue. It's very wearable. And this palette has a matte black. Let me get rid of those brushes. I never use them anyway. A matte black that's great from doing a smoky eye. I will pull this palette anytime I'm trying to do a smoky eye because this is the only matte black I've ever been able to find in the drugstore. I know that MAC has several, but I think this works great. It's very pigmented. They're really, really good eyeshadows. Okay, I don't want to run out of time. Next, I haven't used this one as much because I really just picked it up, and it's more of a winter palette for me. So I think I'll probably be reaching for this a lot when the weather turns cool again. But it's Plums and Grays, and it's called Lust. Not getting it there, that's a little better. And what I like about these palettes is that one side is shimmer and one side is matte. So you can either do all matte or do something super shimmery, or you can mix and match. I usually mix and match. I find myself pulling this dark shimmer eggplant color a lot as to set my eyeliners with. Okay, next to last is called Pride, and this is another aqua palette for me. I've been using this one a lot because I like to do aqua colors in the summer. And again, this is shimmer and matte, and the shades are very similar, but you can see there's a slight difference. You can pick up that shimmer and the matte. I love this highlight color. I use this a lot. And last, but certainly not least, is the one I've been using a lot for summer. It's called Vanity, and it looks like this. It's mostly neutrals, but it's got these ochre colors, these sort of yellowy taupey colors, and this is what I'm wearing today on my eye. I'm just going to pull the camera because I can't reach my zoom. Here, now I can. And this is... I'm sorry about that disruption. I had to have a conversation with somebody. Okay, let's pick up. I was talking about this palette from Wet n Wild, Color Icon, and the color is Vanity. And this is what I have on my eyes today. It is, what time? Almost 7 o'clock in the evening, and I put this on at about 8 o'clock this morning. So that's almost 12 hours, and you can see it's still really on there. Now my eyeshadow down here is a little smudged, but that would be easily fixable. And it's hot here today too. It's like 88 degrees. So I went out in the heat. I went down to the lake and walked around, and you can see that it's still on there. And so the look I've got going today is this yellow on my lid, these two colors in my crease and outer corner, and this color to highlight the brow bone and the inner eye. Okay, can you see? I love this palette. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Let me zoom back out so it's not like eyes. Okay, there. So I would recommend these palettes. They're very affordable.